This video was made possible by EA Game Changers.
Hello there everybody, it is me XfreezerBunny and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're building a starter apartment here in Copperdale. I am using air quotes when I say apartments because this is just a regular house, but it was made to look like an apartment. So this is an under 20k 2-bedroom home for a family, and it is located here in the beautiful downtown area of Copperdale. I'm really excited because for this build I can finally use move objects, because I wasn't able to do that for my official builds, which is understandable because those builds will get packaged officially with the pack. However, I did limit myself in terms of packs and also mods for this build. So this is more of a vanilla build. Not something that I do quite often because I do tend to use a lot of mods in my builds. However, I don't have access to the tool mod right now because it hasn't been updated yet. In case you didn't know, the tool mod kind of doesn't really work every time we get a new patch, so we have to wait a couple of days for it to get properly updated. Sometimes it works though, but most of the time it kind of crashes the new world, but that's fine. You know, I did want to make this more of a vanilla build anyway because it is my first build here in Copperdale and I'm really happy to be back. And this build also only requires high school years, which is awesome. So yeah, this is also a limited pack build as well. I thought that was gonna be a bit of a challenge, but it actually was pretty easy to build this only using high school years and Basegame, mainly because for the exterior, a lot of what I needed was already in Basegame anyway. Basically, I was just mainly inspired by all of the buildings next door, and that's basically just where I got the aesthetics from. Copperdale did remind me a lot of kind of like this small town North American, you know, lakeside town. So I'm getting, you know, like US, Canada vibes. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I also wanted this to feel more like an apartment because I don't know, apartments just are more interesting for me to start playing often, especially when I start off with new gameplay. I just prefer starting off in apartments. It feels more realistic that way as well. I don't know. At least it feels more interesting to me compared to like your Bob standard like suburban home, even though those are also fine as well. But I just like the aesthetic and the feel of apartments. I've been so used to playing this kind of gameplay in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, and I do intend to carry that over in The Sims 4, even if we don't exactly have functional apartments. By the way, please excuse if my voice sounds extra raspy today. I just had a glass of iced coffee. So yes, it is actually 3 in the morning when I'm recording this because so yeah, this is early access footage you're seeing here of high school years. And you know, the thing about early access is that it's a very time sensitive thing, and I really want to use my time. So if that means I'm gonna have to pull an all-nighter, I will, just to finish a build for you guys. Luckily, this is a starter home, so it wasn't that bad to film and to edit. But oh boy, I have other plans for other builds, and I'm already like slightly intimidated because I would like to do like a high school build at some point. I mean, isn't that what the channel is known for? Yeah, I feel like the channel is known for like the school builds, you know, literally like the top 10 builds on my channel are like school builds, and I'm not even kidding. And I think I'd also like to do a build with the curved walls as well. Also, I haven't actually done that much gameplay. I know this is so bad. Yeah, this is a pack that I was involved in and I barely got to see any gameplay, but that's mainly because when I was doing my builds, I was like primarily focused on getting those done and, you know, focusing my energy on making those builds the best that they can possibly be, which means that I didn't really have time to dabble with gameplay. And for this early access, once again, I didn't really have much time to try out some gameplay, but that's fine. You know, this is the first thing I did literally when I got into the game. And it's funny because I haven't even seen my official builds yet. I would like to film a reaction video for that though. Yeah, let me know what you think. And my voice literally just disappeared there for a second. That's what iced coffee does to you though. It kind of like dries out your throat. But honestly, this is like a guilty pleasure for me because iced coffee is like literally one of my favorite things ever. You know, I do live in a tropical country, so I do have it for breakfast. I know that's so bad, but it's so refreshing, and I just look forward to iced coffee. I just look forward to my daily iced coffee, basically. You know, I like the simple pleasures in life, and iced coffee is one of them. Anyway, so yeah, for this build, you know, I wanted to make the downstairs look like it was kind of like a business of some sort. And then for the rest of the floors, I wanted it to look like an apartment. And yeah, the apartment itself has 2 bedrooms. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned that. One of the bedrooms is unfurnished, so, you know, you should be able to furnish it if you have like more than one sim. Because I did budget this for just a single sim. You know, I like to think of them as a teacher who just moved into town, and this is kind of like their new home. And yeah, you should be able to buy like some teen stuff at least if you have like a single parent and a teen, because I think that should give you a little bit more. This house did end up costing 19,980 simoleons, so that barely leaves you with anything. I don't even think that's enough for food, to be honest, but you know, if I were you, if you really needed the money, you can always sell some of the artwork. I did put some paintings in here and some pictures that could easily be sold and replaced if you absolutely need the money. I was actually able to afford a laptop as well, but I couldn't afford a desk, so I did put the laptop in this dining table. So yeah, really interesting how the interior came together, because I ended up using a lot of pastels because a lot of the cheap furniture actually had really nice pastel swatches. I was totally expecting the interiors to be really dingy, but no, a lot of the cheap furniture had pastel swatches, which is quite nice. Luckily, it also went with the personality of the sim I made to go for this house, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, you'll see the floor plan of this build change quite a bit over the course of me building it, simply because I wanted to be efficient with the space, and I also didn't want certain areas to feel like way too spacious and empty, because that does tend to happen with starter homes. So I wanted to make the space look like it's, you know, properly filled with the right amount of furniture, if you guys get what I mean. So that meant I was adjusting the floor plans quite a bit as I was furnishing this. I was also conscious about the furniture cost as I was furnishing this, but we will go through like some cost cutting measures in just a little bit, because I did eventually realize that I kind of overspent. That bed that I initially used for the bedroom was so expensive. It's like such a nice bed, but it was way too expensive, so we will be replacing that. I do love the color scheme in the bedroom though. Really liked that kind of like powdery blue color palette. And I did replace the TV with a radio, so that's that. I mean, the sim has a laptop, so they can watch Netflix or whatever, listen to MP3 on their laptop. But I thought a radio would be a nice substitute for a TV because it was way cheaper. And this wrought iron bed that I ended up going for was actually pretty cheap. It's one of the cheaper beds, so that's nice. I like having nice looking furniture that's also affordable. Oh, and I forgot to mention that we did have a new type of window, which is so exciting. It's a type of window that the Sims can sneak out of. You've probably seen on the trailer, but you see, as I was placing them, it had kind of like this orange outline type thing, and yeah, it just basically told me that the window isn't functional, because like those are functional windows. The windows aren't functional where I placed them. However, it still let me place them, which is kind of a weird thing to explain, but pretty sure you guys get what I mean anyway. For the landscaping, I just kept it really simple. I just basically copied what the neighbors had, and that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it was a pretty quick one, but I do have quite a few builds planned, so please keep an eye out for those as well. And yeah, I just want to thank you all so much for dropping by, and once again, you all have an awesome day. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.